A headache could be cause to see your doctor. And a Lake County officer staged his suicide after he was found embezzling money from a youth program. All of this and more right now. Welcome to Maroon 360. Columbus has appointed an interim police chief in the wake of former Chief Tony Carlton's resignation. 32-year veteran Captain Fred Shelton was awarded the temporary position by a unanimous vote, while the mayor and city council look for a permanent hire. Shelton has been handling the day-to-day duties of chief since Carlton's resignation. The search for a new police chief began last week and will continue until mid-December. Fred Shelton says he plans to add his name to the list of applicants in the national search. Officials are working to recover up to 15 cars swallowed by a giant sinkhole in Meridian this past weekend. On Saturday night, Meridian police received a call stating that cars were falling through the pavement outside of an IHOP. After arriving to the scene, police discovered the vehicles lying in a sinkhole that was 35 feet wide, 375 feet long, and 30 feet deep in some places. Mayor Percy Bland said that the cave-in appears to be over the site of a former city culvert. The recovery process is still underway. Last week, one of the women, 22-year-old Ayana Marie Knight, was arrested and charged with third-degree sexual abuse, D.C. police said. The victim was also groped during the act and told employees to call the police. However, employees did not respond to the customer's call and just sat idly by. The other woman, who has yet to be found, will also be charged the same as her accomplice. When you play with so many different groups, obviously you got to have venues. Where are you hitting? Where's the hot spots around Starkville? I think a lot of us as younger college-age students, we'd love to get into more music, even just as fans, but it seems like we can't ever find the right spot to go in Starkville. Where is that?
Well, you know, there are a couple of spots who are very supportive of local live music.
We have played pretty well the last couple of matches. I was just telling the team in the locker room, I wish we had one more year with this team because it's starting to gel and starting to see some really, really good things after some, you know, like most teams, they had a lot of bumps in the road, and we had our share of bumps in the road with some injuries and some things not clicking, but now it does seem we're gelling. Seems like we're gelling. I wish I had more time with them, but we don't. So we're trying to make the most of every opportunity. I think we did that against Georgia, and I think we did that against LSU tonight.
On the court, what did you learn? Did you see things you wanted to see in the first games of the season?
We did, but you know, it's interesting, Bob. I think we learned more in the match we lost. We learned more from losing to Southern Utah than we did by beating the other three opponents. So we saw some things, and the players saw some things, and we reviewed film, and we know what we got to work on. So it's amazing it works that way. You'd rather have the win, but I think down the road we're going to look back to that loss and think that's it's okay. It's all right. We can learn from that.
That's good.
We've been practicing that a lot in practice, where no ball hits the ground. Doesn't matter how much effort you put into it, but you will be on the ground with the ball if it hits the ground. And I think it's a lot of trust out there tonight, a lot of teamwork really pulled us through.
I'm proud of our team. We pride ourselves on being fearless and aggressive and being heart and soul players. And
The Bulldogs got off to a tough start, but never stopped competing, led by senior Allie McDonald's 2-over-par final score. MSU finished 12th, uncharacteristic of a strong regular season. Despite the low finish, the Bulldogs have already assured themselves of a postseason berth. The team will look to return to form as they prepare for the NCAA Division I Women's Golf Championships in May. Known for her grit and guts behind the plate, sophomore catcher Katie Ann Bailey is a new leader for a young Bulldog softball team. She leads by example, playing one of the dirtiest positions in sports with a tenacious passion. But off the field, Katie Ann's passions involve anything but dirt.
The way that people view me sometimes are, they don't get to see all of my personality. Like, they may walk by and just think that I'm just real sporty and, you know, I must be into physical therapy or lifting weights, which I love lifting weights. I'm a huge CrossFit fan. I love the weight room. But, you know, they don't always see my fashion side and my love for, you know, style and glam and all that. But opportunities like I have, you know, with this to, you know, show the other parts of my personalities are always so fun.
But how can someone play such a tough position and still compete for titles like Most Beautiful? For Katie Ann, it's just who she is.
I tell people that I have two different sides. You know, one side is the rough and tough Katie Ann who doesn't mind, you know, getting her fingernails dirty, but I always have my fingernails painted. I'm passionate about, you know, glitz and glam and fun, funky fashion prints and high heels and all that fun, girly stuff. But at the same time, you know, getting rough and tough and, you know, playing that dirty position back there behind the plate is something that is just, you almost can't explain it. I love to catch because I'm involved in every single play. I mean, you see the whole field, you get to throw the ball back to the pitcher every single time. It's, you know, very involved. You get to see it you get to see the game in the field at a whole nother level. Sometimes there can be a lot of pressure on you just because what are the fans looking at the most? The pitcher. The pitcher throws the ball to the catcher, so a lot of the times everybody's looking at the pitcher and the catcher because that's where that's where most of the stuff's happening. So naturally, pressure can be felt by the pitcher and the catcher, but that makes it fun, you know, like you thrive off that.
Whether on the field or on the stage, Katie Ann has found success by staying true to herself.
I'm a catcher who wears a glittery and sparkly dress underneath the uniform. And underneath my cleats, I have on high heels.
Just being able to come in here and be a part of something like this is just a huge blessing, and I feel so blessed to be here. As soon as I stepped on campus at Mississippi State, I remember coming for my visit and I was like, wow, these people care about their athletes. They care about their athletes and they care about me as a person. And that's something new that, not that the other school didn't, it's just, it was so evident here. And I really felt the family atmosphere, and that's what Mississippi State preaches. And so I just felt like this should be my next home, and that's when I really decided that I was coming, for sure. I was actually supposed to just maybe serve every once in a while or hit from the back row, and I took that as a challenge. I took that on and I pursued my dream wholeheartedly to be on that court. My goal was to be on the court by the beginning of my sophomore year, and I ended up starting by the end of my freshman year. I carry myself with confidence that I know what I need to be doing on the court, and I know that I can do it, and so I kind of just take that and run with it and just, you know, play to the best of my ability every time I step out there. After a huge play, honestly, just getting excited, I do that because it gets the whole team excited. It's not just me, and it leads to more point runs on our side. When I think about what I want to leave when I leave Mississippi State, I want to leave work ethic behind. I want people to see that I gave everything on every play, and I don't want them to have a doubt about it. It's not really about accolades to me. I don't care about awards or anything like that. I want to be the kind of teammate and friend that anybody would want, and that's really what I want to leave when I graduate. I think that we're going to surprise everybody in the SEC with how hard we're coming in. We're going to come in swinging lights out and being aggressive on every single play, and I don't think people are going to be expecting that. I'm going to be honest, if we are playing like we know how to, I don't think anybody can stop us.